Thinking. Hello, hello, hello. We might be live. YouTube looks like it's having some trouble.
Yes, we are live.
All right. Hello, hello, hello. Let me know if anyone gets the reference. And welcome to this thing. That's definitely not the creature conference because that would just be confusing. I guess we should check our audio. Say hi, Darth Bob.
Hello, hello.
There we go.
Gribbly people everywhere.
Gribbly friends across the world. Okay, let me get the chat up in here. One moment. There we go.
I didn't realize how much of a mouthful the name of this kit was.
I know, eh? So I was like calling my friendly local gaming store, and I'm like, "Hey, do you guys? I want to get a Necromunda kit." They're like, "Yeah, okay, what kit?" I'm like, I wanted to pre-order the I don't know what they are. They're like bug things. They're like Dustback Hematite Ash Waste something or other." And the guys are like, "What?" And I'm like, "Yeah, they're like ash waste nomad something hema something." They're like, "Oh, you mean the ash waste nomads dustback hemalites?" I'm like, "Or helamites?" I'm like, "Yeah, okay." It's definitely a
Yeah,
mouthful.
that thing.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Give me that thing. I want one of those.
Reminds me of the Crassus armored assault transport.
Oh, that's a good one.
I don't know why, but when I was like, whenever that model came out, it was like in my gaming group, it was such a meme because it was just Crassus armored assault transport on the Forge World website in all caps.
All caps. Why all caps?
Yeah, I don't know. The listing on their site's just in all caps, and
Is everything on the Forge World
every
website
time
all
we talk
caps?
about it, I think it is, but I think for some reason that particular vehicle and its ridiculously long name just stuck in our mind. So
Well,
whenever we would mention it on like our group forums and stuff, we would
yeah.
always make sure to fully capitalize the name.
Shit, I think your audio is really loud. I just turned it down. You want to try it again? Oh, my audio might be loud too.
Hello, hello.
That looks a little better. I was just messing with the levels, pretending I'm some kind of professional. All right.
The slow box still has
The
some
slow
power.
box has some capabilities. It's
Yeah,
slow
Peter Hamson
capabilities.
gets it.
Ahem.
Crassus armored assault transport.
There we go. What were they talking about before we got here? Brief prayer to the Omnissiah to keep the fifth member at bay. There we go. I'm having a model version of the fifth member. Uh-oh. The normal super glue I used was out of stock. Got a different brand. Might as well be trying to stick things together with fucking water. Oh shit, Peter Brett Evans, did you get the like ultra fine or ultra like do you mean water because it's not sticky or do you mean water because it just flows everywhere? I bought that once.
I hate that super thin cement. The
Yeah, it's
plastic to me it
super
makes it.
thin. Uh the armor, what is the stuff I always buy is the armor keeper or something. They have all different like thicknesses and there's one that is like ultra fine and someone described it very well. It's like you're gluing something here and you put a drop of like glue here and all of a sudden it's on your elbow and you're like, how the fuck did that get there?
Oh, you okay? You use like the BSI industry. Yeah, that's what I use too.
I don't know. I feel like this is all the same stuff and then they just changed the logo here. But
Yeah, I think because mine says Hobbytown on it because that's where I
yeah.
get my glue. But I think it's like one company that just sells their super glue to a bunch of different places and they can put their own label on it.
Aren't we like
I
not
think
supposed
it's
to
the
like
BSI
Hobbytown?
industry.
Isn't Hobbytown like bad or something? Don't they like do sketchy things or
I think that's Hobby Lobby.
oh, okay, yeah,
Hobby
Hobby
Lobby
Lobby.
I actually don't know if Hobby Town has the same problem, but I know Hobby Lobby is like super like
What's the deal with Hobby
anti-gay.
Lobby? Oh, they're like anti-gay. Oh, that's not cool.
Yeah, they're like founded by like a super conservative fundamentalist Christian.
Oh,
Yeah.
worst kind of Christian.
Yeah. I think
Um,
they may have a little bit of Chick-fil-A syndrome.
I like that that's a thing.
Yeah.
Wait, what is Chick-fil-A syndrome just like people who are like assholes to people who are LGBTQ2S? Is that what
Yeah, no,
Chick-fil-A
like I
syndrome
think
is?
they like actually support like anti-gay, like they give money to like anti-gay movements and stuff.
Oh, okay, not cool.
Yeah.
It's more than lip service. It's actual money
Yeah.
service. All right, well, thanks for joining me on such short notice, Darth Bob.
Yeah.
This was literally we were supposed to do a stream tomorrow with High Fleet Malak, and then I looked at my schedule and he looked at his schedule, and I was like, should we maybe move this to next week? And he was gracious to accept because I got to go see my mother-in-law tomorrow for Mother's Day. And yeah, so we're moving that one to normal creature conference time next Friday. But I managed to snag one of these a day early from my FLGS, so I figured maybe people want to see it. Oh, Dwarfenage is here. Dwarfenage, you got here basically for the start, man. We've just been talking about the Crassus Armored Assault Transport. Wait, is it the Crassus Super Heavy Armored Assault Transport? Or no?
Unfortunately, no. But they should
Oh,
release another one. There was another vehicle that had that same meme going, but I can't remember which one it was.
I don't know. Yeah, so here's the thing. I haven't gotten into it yet. I took the plastic off because it's reflective as all hell. Um, oh, they have blast rifles. That looks like fun. Got a blast
I
pistol.
love these. I love these guys. They're so neat looking.
Chain lance is pretty sweet. All right, let's get into it. So these are the Ashwaste Nomads Dustback Helamites. As we said, it's a mouthful. So there are 4 Helamites in here, and I'm expecting like other Necromunda kits. It's just 2 sprues, and each sprue has 2 Helamites. Ooh, get some bases. Yeah, yeah. Let's see.
What
Ooh.
size bases are those?
They are. Do they put labels on them? Oh, I've got a thing right here. 2 inches. Does that make sense? I know they're millimeter. What?
Yeah, I'm not sure. Like, I'm not sure what other kits those bases are used in. Are those
Okay,
like
so
the bike bases?
here is it might be. Here is the scenic bases that the Zone Mortalis or whatever. They're smaller than those. So I'm guessing they're like bike bases. Yeah, so not
Oh
huge.
yeah, they are. Okay.
And it looks like, yep, we've got the same sprue in here doubled. So each one of these sprues builds 2 of your dudes. So let's bust out one of these dudes and take a look. Not gonna lie, I'm mostly interested in the bug bits. I mean
Of
the
course.
Ash Waste Nomad bit. Oh, the Ash Waste Nomad bits are cool. Like you got their little heads here with their little cowls on. Got a
They kind of
cool
remind me of the love child of a Jawa and a sand person.
Oh, I was thinking a love child of a Jawa and a God, what are they called? The tech guys from Necromunda. The high tech dudes.
Oh, the
Help me.
Vansar.
Yes, thank you. They look like a for me they're a love child of a Jawa and a Vansar. Because their
Yeah,
masks
I can
look
see
high
that too.
techy. Yeah, so we got the little heads here, got a lot of bug bits, got a little binoculars, cool little heat gun thing. There's the blast rifle, which looks really neat. And actually, if you want to put a blast rifle on someone, you could pretty much just cut that out and it would be good. And I feel like that's like small for a Games Workshop model piece or a gun piece. It's kind of like a normal size
Hmm.
almost. And then we got the long rifle over here, which is pretty standard Games Workshop, big and long, but it's not that chunky. Amazing chain lances, which are cool. It's kind of like they stab you with this thing, and then this thing chews you up. Got a little guard on their hand. Uh,
Actually,
yeah.
those chain glaives would be pretty good for Night Lord conversions.
Oh yeah, good call. That'd be awesome.
And one thing you mentioned, the guns look pretty well sized. They also today at the Warhammer Fest they showed off the new kill team with the Renegade Guard, and the last gun in that kit actually looked pretty reasonably sized too.
Yeah, those are some damn fine models. I laugh because that they showed off that kill team and they're like, oh yeah, two brand new kill teams, and I'm like, I'm pretty sure that all of these models were already released somewhere else. Like they added like a couple of new bits to the renegades, but otherwise those chaos renegades are in the Blackstone Fortress. And then they're like, oh yeah, new Phobos, whatever, Space Marines. I'm like, I'm pretty sure these guys are just the guys from Shadow Spear, and that's
Yeah.
pretty much it.
What a disappointing partner for the Renegade Guard, just like Phobos Space Marines.
Well,
Yay.
I actually
More
I'm
Chimeras.
I mean, like, you know me, that I pretend to hate Space Marines, then I secretly love Space Marines, but um the Phobos, I kind of like the Phobos. I don't mind them.
Oh, I can't stand the Phobos. But it's less even that it is Phobos, is just like, really? Space Marines? So
True.
a group of Space Marines fighting like some normal dudes? Like, it just seems disproportionate. Like, it's like, how many
Yeah.
Space Marines fighting like the same amount of
Oh, and how many
normal
Space
guys
Marines do
with
you get?
lasguns?
Is it like
I think
10?
it's like 10.
Oh, they'll destroy the other guy. Oh wait, I guess the other guys have an Ogren to back them up.
I don't know if one Ogren's like, I guess rule wise it probably balances out, but like lore wise, it's like it should take like half that many Space Marines.
Yeah. All right, let's bust one of these bad boys out and get them together. Uh I like on the bug side, we were talking about the dude side. This part doesn't seem to have very much definition to it, but I feel like Bits of Box would turn this into some kind of monstrous head, and it would be amazing. But like we got this really clean carapace bit here. Like this is
Oh,
just
that's
like
nice.
it's not attached to anything weird. You could just like pop that up. It like the shape is a little weird for a Tyranid, but it could work. And then this piece here is just like a Carnifex back carapace plate. Like it's not attached to anything. You just pop it right on. So that's kind of cool.
That's pretty cool. I'm
Because they
pretty
could have like
impressed with
made these all
how
mesh
multi-part they
together,
are.
but yeah, yeah, you're right. They're like very very multi-part. Okay, which piece do I need? One. Sounds good. So yeah, here's the this under part of the body kind of reminds me of like the Tyranid Broodlord. That curled under tail thing, but definitely less definition on the stomach part.
Mhm.
So that goes there, and then you bust out the two. Here's number two, the cool carapace.
Yeah, I do like the curvy tails.
Anybody say anything in the chat? Two,
Yeah, so
15.
we already said Dwarfenage is here.
Yay. Glad you can make it.
Brett Evans said that those are the standard cavalry bases.
There we go.
Um, Peter Hamster was saying it looks like the rider legs aren't molded onto the carapace. Hooray!
They're not.
Yeah, that was something I was worried about too.
That's a really good point. They're not. And that is awesome. But yeah, like I'm looking at the I don't think you can see the directions here because they're too bright, but you can make like a full bug with nothing on it. It's got like a weird thing on its
Yeah,
back,
for
but
sure.
let's do that now and we'll see what a full bug looks like.
And then Brett Evans is saying the Trader Guard are actually new sculpts. The only ones that aren't new sculpts are the Ogren and the leader guy.
Really? They look like the exact same
Yep.
sculpts from Blackstone. But I guess they're like they got to be on a sprue or whatever.
Yeah, I think they just like kept the same style but added more variety of sculpts, because yeah, I think there were only like 3 or 4 poses in the original Blackstone Fortress one, and then they just had like head and weapon variations. But
Right.
there's like I think every model in the kill team is like slightly posed differently.
Oh, really? I thought that they were all the same pose. Or they were I thought that there was like the double pose that they normally do where it's like, "Oh, you got two guys and they've got kind of like a similar pose." But I guess I could be wrong. So this bit, ooh, this hit is rather nicely done. This bit just goes right on there, fits really well. That's kind of cute. Okay, I'm not going to bother cleaning this. I'm just going to get it together so that we can have a look versus some Tyranids.
Orphanage is asking if you're gonna pick up the new branch wraith bugs for bits.
I feel like they look pretty cool. I'm interested. Not gonna lie. What's that guy Kabowski's Conversions or something? The guy who does the photoshops. Do you know the one I'm talking about?
I do not.
He it's like Kabe. There might be a W in there. Kabeski. What he just like photoshops conversions, but he has like really cool ideas. And he
No, I
did
do know this guy.
yeah, he did a Photoshop of well, you probably see it there. The most recent one was of one of the riders from one of these bug boys riding one of those branch witch whatever buggies. I thought that looked pretty cool.
Oh yeah, I do see it. That is pretty cool. I actually think that the heads on those bugs would be pretty cool if you green stuffed over the eye. It'd be really cool, like head, eyeless top head carapace. If you just used
Yep.
it as like, depending on what size they are, I don't
Yep.
know what lower jaw would really fit, but just as the top as the top jaw head plate, and then like normal Tyranid lower jaw.
Yep. No, they have some potential, those guys. Again, I hope that like the riders are not molded right onto them. Like these guys are not molded right onto their rides.
Yeah, that would be
Um,
nice.
yeah, because then it would make them more useful for other buggy purposes. Like you could even like use those as Exarch jet bikes or something.
hmm I
Got
could
some
totally
Exarchs
see
ride some
people
bugs.
maybe trying to work them into Vespids, actually.
Yes, when I saw those guys, and I saw the other dudes with the bows and the
Mhm.
dragonfly wings on the back, I'm like, somebody has to take these and make Vespid out of them.
I especially think their legs work really well for Vespid.
Yeah. Wait, you mean the winged backpack guys or the actual like bug
Like
mounts?
the actual bugs.
Okay. But don't Vespid have kind of like humanish legs?
Do they? I
I'm
might be
pretty sure they do. They
misremembering.
have like two chonky legs that they kind of stand on, and then they've got. But that could be changed.
Oh yeah, they do kind of have more like human-ish. Well, I mean they're kind of insecty. The feet are kind of different.
Yeah.
But rule of cool, I think those legs would look pretty cool on like a Vespid conversion.
I mean, still could work. Does this go? Oh, okay. So this carapace goes on like that. For some reason, I wanted it to go like this.
It doesn't look like those bugs have saddles. So that's a good sign
Are you
that the
talking about the
legs might not
Sylvaneth
be
ones?
bolted on. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So these guys are not as big as I expected them to be, which, could be a good thing. I really like how this carapace goes together. Because it could have just been molded as one big ugly plate, but I like being able to assemble it like that.
Do you have any particular conversion ideas nid wise for these?
No, I just wanted to get them and have a look because they were suitably buggy and I like the design. Um, but like that's part of the reason that I wanted to like get one out and like put it together so that I could see what kind of ideas sparked.
Almost I forget who the hobbyist was, but he did like those shadow boxes with like the like flesh borer beetle and all that stuff.
Oh, like the dissected Tyranids?
Yeah, yeah. I almost when I see without the head, it almost reminds me of like what I think a flesh borer beetle might look like.
Ooh, I like that. This right here I feel like has a lot of potential for a Tyranid.
Mhm.
For some reason I'm picturing something floaty, like without legs.
Yes. Yeah, like some
Um,
like
you know what this could be?
zoanthropes.
If you wanted to have like a more interesting looking Venom Thrope. I feel like I could see this
Oh,
as
that
maybe
would
like
be neat.
becoming a Venom Thrope kind of thing. Um, yeah, this is like this part of the body's like really goes together very nicely. I'm a big fan already. All right, let's slap the head in there. Do this.
So let's see. Let me check out the chat.
Mm-hmm. Thanks.
Um,
I'm getting some Amble vibes from this head.
I'm trying to decipher what Orphanage was referring to. He's saying, yeah, I know the guy who did some funky undead ones lately, I
Oh,
think.
maybe
I
the
think he's
conversion
talking
dude?
about that Photoshop, the Photoshop conversions.
Mm-hmm.
He said he might try one with like 4 undead hits, but he doesn't know if it's scaled right.
Oh, that I guess that could be a thing that he might just like
Yeah,
scale them
resize parts and
conveniently.
stuff. He has good ideas, though.
Certainly. Let's get
Brett
some
Evans
legs
is
for this
building
guy.
warriors for the first time. Oh, first
Ooh.
warriors.
How you enjoying them, Brett Evans?
But as someone with no, he says, as someone with no experience with Tyranid guns, I have no idea which weapon is which.
Oh, it doesn't really matter. Just pick the one that looks cool.
True.
Brett, have we converted you to Tyranids? Like, is it because you've been hanging around us too long? Is that what happened?
And then Peter Hamson was saying he thinks the Helamites would work super well as buggier gore gruntas for his Age of Sigmar greenskins, or
Oh, there you go.
alternatively goblin beasts of burden.
Nice. I see them as beasts of burden. I feel like that works for me. One thing I wasn't
Yeah.
crazy about is their legs. Like, I feel like they're, I don't know,
See,
pretty
so the first
spindly.
thing I actually thought with their legs was lictor scything talons.
Oh, interesting. I happen to have a lictor right here. Ooh, oh, that looks kind of cool. I mean, I'm not sure which orientation I want to do them in, but yeah, that could work. I mean, you'd want to add some vents and a little more detail because they're pretty low detail.
Yeah, for sure. Like out of the box, I don't think they'd work. But I think they like with a little bit of conversion, they could look pretty cool.
Yeah, I dig that.
Especially because they have that kind of because they got the foot, you could almost sculpt that into like the extra joint, like the parasite has.
Yep. Alternatively, you could use them as some kind of weird bracing arms on like a gun beast.
Hmm.
I don't know. I don't know if they work as well for that, but yeah, the lictor like sighting talons would be cool. Very spindly. I feel like Bargaze would have a field day with them. All right, how do we do this?
Brett Evans says, I mean, I'm sure I would have gotten around to doing them eventually. You just sped it up. I put a pic of my Moloch slash Trigon on the Discord. Oh yeah,
Oh
that
yeah,
was
I
the
glanced
was
at
that
that.
the oh yeah, that was the tentacly one. Yeah, I liked him a lot. Vermis showed up.
Hey, Vermis. Pretty late for you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Just making some hemalite something or others.
Orphanage said if you gave them extra legs, that might be cool, like Sherman spider nets,
Ooh. Yeah, I
but
guess what you
smaller.
could do is you could put like you could like double up on the big legs.
Hmm.
I guess they're meant to be like grasshoppery. So big leg goes back, or the big leg goes forward. I don't know if that works quite as well, but it's an option. Okay. A
I
little
think they
worried
did
about
a pretty good
swimming.
job making them look like recognizably insect, but also still alien looking.
Yeah, I feel it.
Like they don't quite look like any particular bug. They kind
Yeah.
of blend a bunch of different bug aesthetics.
I feel like if Bargus was here, he would be rhyming off the different bug aesthetics that are blended here. Telling us about thoracic who's a what's it's.
Is he like
I
just a
wonder if
bug
he's like an
nerd or is he like
etymologist or a
actually
biologist or I don't know.
yeah.
I
I
don't
could
actually know.
totally
I
see
should
him
ask
being
him.
an entomologist, actually.
Yeah. Oh, this is really neat. The way that they have it like slot in. Um, I mean, it's not posable, but I don't know that you want it to be posable because of the angles and everything. But there's this kind of without the leg, it doesn't look obvious, but there's this gap in the carapace that has kind of like it's molded onto the leg, and there's like this little bulge right here, and there's a little hole for the bulge there, and then the leg itself has a spike that's kind of like a square pyramid, and it goes into that hole there, and it just kind of like it didn't seem like it, but it locks right in to the pose it's supposed to be in. I mean, you can modify it if you want and like mess it around, but if you want to build it stock, it's a pretty neat little solution that doesn't like doesn't have any like flat details. Because like if you leave the leg off, this is all detailed in here, but it doesn't need to be because that's all covered by the leg. So I like that.
Peter says they remind him of giant tree wettas. I actually agree. They are a lot like the
I
giant
don't
wettas.
I don't know what is.
Those are those giant crickets.
Oh, they gave
They
me
live
like
in New Zealand.
because of these big like hind legs, they gave me like a grasshopper cricket vibe
Or are they
for jumping.
grasshoppers? I don't know. Another, I think wettas are just like a they're flightless crickets. Yes, they are crickets.
Okay,
I just looked it up. Actually,
thanks.
another horrible King Kong monster in that same scene with the freaky carnictus worms.
Oh
There's
yeah,
like swarms of giant cricket monsters.
I don't remember
They're
those ones as
basically
well.
just giant wettas.
Cool. All right. So 17 and 19. So these other legs are the legs that I think people like Bargaze are going to have a field day with. Four legs. Because these out of here. They've got cute little kind of scythe tally looking things curled up in there.
Oh, I like that. I definitely want some of those.
And even the other leg is pretty cool. Um especially this one where they're all like totally hunched up. I really like that one. Like if you take that and you get yourself a little Parasite Mortrex here that you got that you still haven't done stuff with, slap that in there. Could work pretty well. Or
It'd be
a
cool on a baby lictor.
yep. Where's my baby lictor? There she be. Um, like even like just the non-parasited parasite.
Hmm.
Um, the arms are akin to like the kind of not exactly the same, obviously, but somewhat akin to the shape of the parasite ones.
Yeah, they are.
About the same scale. But yeah, you could take like the big one and you could put it in the upper one, and you could cut off the small one and stick it like further down the torso or something. Those are really nice. Where are the other ones? Um, and on each, oh no, that's the wrong sprue. Sorry. On each sprue, you get, oh, they're perfectly matched. So they're mirrored, pretty much. So if you wanted to get
Oh,
four arms that are curled up like that, you have a left and a right on one sprue. That's cool.
that's, that is cool.
And then for the other one, oh, they basically, yeah, I think they basically just like took the same sculpt almost, maybe modified it slightly because then you have a left and a right of the extended ones.
Huh.
So there you go. Got some options.
James M has joined the chat. He says Peter Jackson is terrified of wettas.
Oh, there you go. That's probably where it came from. So here's my baby lictor, but like the baby lictor is not really that much smaller than a lictor, but he could probably do well with some of these. Yeah, that could work. And then here's like a kind of more warrior size thing. You could still use the like the larger one on one, but you'd want it to be like a secondary arm. It looks a little small for like a primary arm.
Mm. I actually have a conversion in mind that I've been looking for a little spindly bug arm, and
Yeah?
I think that might just be perfect.
What would that be?
It's a secret.
Okay. I will not press you further. Here's a Ravner with one of these. Ravners are pretty beefy, but I don't. Do I have a warrior? I thought I had a warrior. Apparently not. Oh, I have a warrior torso. So here's the Tyranid warrior torso. We did this with the like Parasite Mortrax arms, but there's the Hemalite arms, Helamite. Yeah, they could work on a warrior. They do look a little spindly, but they could work. What about Prime? Maybe on a Prime, although they're essentially warrior size.
They might be neat as the rear arms on a gaunt, actually, if you did like some kill team gaunts
Oh,
that
you could.
are in cool poses.
Good point. But I had a gaunt on. I have this bucket full of berries, and oh, there we go. So there's a gaunt. So I tried the Parasite Mortrax arms on a gaunt, and they're pretty long and spindly. But these ones, I think they could be good as like a four set of like the little ones maybe for a secondary one, but the big ones I
Mhm.
think can be good for like a forward like weapon arm kind of thing. They're clearly
Yeah, I
longer
kind
and
of
more
like how
lithe.
elongated.
Well, it makes it seem a little faster and a little more threatening that the
Hmm.
gaunt could
I
actually like
actually
get
really
to
like
you.
that for a Hormagaunt.
This extended one, for some reason, looks comedically large to me on a Hormagaunt. Actually, this would be the kind of thing that I'd want to use more as like a bracing arm on like a gun beast. Do I have a gun beast here? I have one. Apparently not. Um, but yeah, the curled up one could be like a really like creepy, more insectile Hormagaunt. Definitely. Set of sliding talons. All right. Let's stick these bad boys on. So, how do these go in? Oh, they go in pretty well. Oh, wow. That's a snug little fit. So we've
Orphanage
got
says he's gonna try to make a baby Lecter using some parasite bets for his Stargrave mids.
that would be amazing. I feel like it will serve you well. Okay, let's see. Nah, it doesn't look so good. Gotta say this kit goes together very easily. There's no question. Like it's definitely monopose. No question there. But there's
Mm.
no getting lost on how it's meant to go together.
It's monopose, but I'm glad. I like how they've broken up the parts. It's not
Yes.
obnoxiously cut up like a lot of monopose kits are.
Yes. Yeah, it's modular but still monopose, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay.
Because of how many joints are in the legs, it would have been difficult to make that posable.
Exactly. You are correct.
Peter Hampson says, speaking of bug bits, I'm very glad I already worked out how to dissect the existing gargoyle wings into insect wings, or else I would be buying my own body weight in the Sylvaneth archer wings.
As soon as I saw those Sylvaneth Archer wings, I thought about you, man. I'm like, ooh, Peter Hampson's gonna be all about these. But apparently you've already solved that problem.
And then Brett Evans says he thinks he's figured out the weapons.
Good. I don't even know if I want to assemble the rider. I just wanted to get like the bug together.
He's a cute little creepy crawly.
Yeah, I think so. Like I'm wondering if I like take off the saddle even. Because that's the only like right now this bug is pretty much a clean bug, which is a cool like part of the assembly that you don't have to put on the rider. The rider's not molded into the bug in any way. Which makes me think that you could easily use these for anything. Like I was saying, exodites. Maybe you want bug exodites. Just buy a bunch of these and slap some Eldar on it.
That'd be kind of cool.
Because the rider is complete.
I
Like the
almost
only.
wonder if there's gonna be rules for like the bugs without the riders.
Well, I don't know because they come together in a kit, right? But maybe.
That's true.
Okay, come on, buddy. He doesn't stand very well unless he's glued down, apparently. Just trying to think if I want to even bother with the rider. Because yeah, the only foreign bit on him is this like metal bit uh tapped into the back of his carapace. And I guess that's for mounting the like kind of banner pole thing that goes on the back. Um and I guess the rider kind of sits in here. The legs might. All right. Let's do it just for the sake of argument. But I am going to glue this guy on his base because he's cool.
Vermis for warrior size wings for Parasite. It's not a Tyranid bit, but I've seen a lot of really cool conversions that use the Vargeist wings.
Okay, yeah. Okay, little buggy boy. I mean, the way it mounts on the base is not that elegant. Like it's got these big kind of plasticky discs, just because the legs are so fine that
Yeah.
you wouldn't do well just like gluing the leg to the base on its own.
Mhm.
What do we say for the rider? Uh, 34, 35. Does anyone have any ideas of what they'd want to do with this kit for Tyranid purposes? Or any ideas that they want to use the ash waste raider dudes for? Like they look pretty culty to me.
Yeah, I have some ideas for the cultist dudes, and after seeing the breakdown of the kit, I've got some. I'm definitely gonna pick up this kit because
Oh,
yeah,
good.
I
Cool.
can definitely see some conversion ideas of brewing.
Nice. I mean, I really want to love the raiders. I just wish that their robes were like 20 to 30% less bulky. Because it kind of feels like they're like swimming in bed sheets. How the heck
Is
is this?
Verus on the Discord?
I don't know if Vermis is in the Discord. Vermis, I don't think you're in the Discord, are you? We made like a.
'Cause was gonna link him the Vargeist wings.
Oh yeah, because I didn't get Vermis to comment on the parasite when we did that one. So uh yeah. Are you able to invite him? I don't know who's able to invite people to Discord.
I
I guess
don't
I can
know.
do it.
Invite people.
Vermis, I
Let's
don't
see.
know if you
I can.
Discord, but we created a Discord for Creature Conference. I was tricked. I maintain I was tricked into doing it because I wanted to get a bunch of people on to comment on the Parasite Mortrex when it was previewed. and it just kind of evolved into the Discord for the stream. But I can understand if you're not into Discord because people are always like, you should join my Discord. I'm like, I barely keep up with the Discords I'm in. Okay, so I said that the bug goes together very elegantly. The rider does not. The means of attaching its legs together are like very um, tenuous at best. And there's all kinds of gaps here because it's going together really weird. Damn it, come on.
I
Okay,
just sent him an invite.
thanks.
If you have Discord, come join.
So the bug gets like a 10 out of 10 for assembly. The rider so far is getting like a 5. His legs are weird.
Not buggy enough.
See how he goes on here. Oh, he does like slot right onto that what's the word I'm looking for? It's like a saddle. He goes right on there. Interesting. Also, is there an indication of how this arm goes on? Go. Oh, yeah. You can kind of put the arm at different levels, which is not super helpful when he's not on the bug.
I'm trying to think like what you could have, like if you made these guys into cultists, what you would have them writing.
What do you mean?
Like if they were Gene Stealer cultists, what would the Gene Stealer cultists ride?
You mean not riding these bugs?
I mean, yeah, I guess they could ride the bugs, but you could also
Because
maybe do like a something more buggy,
like an Omu?
or not more buggy, more well, more buggy in the context of Tyranids being bugs, more
Yeah.
Tyranidy.
Okay. Well, I mean, they could be riding around on the backs of like Carnifexes, but I think the Carnifexes is going to be a little big for him.
Yeah. Ooh, actually, that stinger on these bugs would
Yeah.
actually the body would not make a bad starting point for like a second edition Tyranid style conversion.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, you're right. Like the weird like hip part that like comes in underneath.
Mm-hmm.
Ah, I see what you're doing there. And then yeah, with this carapace plate on the back, like that could work. There you go. Some
Maybe
second
even
edition
like
Tyranid warriors.
a prime,
Ooh, now you're thinking.
like a big prime with that torso as the lower like abdomen. You could even add the dick beak.
Oh my god, I forgot about the dick beak. That could work.
Yeah, that might be pretty cool actually.
Okay. Yeah, I'd say that if you're assembling these guys, put the rider on the I keep saying harness on the saddle and then glue the arm on at the shoulder because it helps you position the hand. So that's actually sitting on the bug.
Mm-hmm.
Because in the instructions they're like, yeah, just stick the arm on there. I'm like, I think you're gonna get it wrong, friend.
Oh, Brett posted a picture of his first Tyranid warrior in the Discord, and that thing is very creepy. It's very oh, what's his name? The creepy skull Tyranids.
Oh, Craftsman Jonah?
Yeah, Craftsman Jonah. It's very Craftsman Jonah. I kind of did you, Brett? Did you like position the gun arms like diagonally from each other? That's kind of interesting.
Like he said, first Tyranid warrior.
I don't know if it was intentional or not. It kind of looks cool regardless if it was, but it's like he's got the gun on the top and then like the feeder arm on the bottom.
Mm-hmm. Except like across the body.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. Which head do I want? The heads are kind of neat. Despite my dislike for these guys wearing like bed sheets, the heads are pretty cool.
In the grim darkness of the far future, there's only bed sheets.
But yeah, Jawas and Sand People was pretty close. My wife's one of my wife's first experiences with Star Wars was actually Mandalorian. So now whenever she sees
Oh,
a
wow.
Jawa, she goes suka suka. She like watched the other movies before, but she hadn't really cared when she was watching them. She's like, yeah, whatever, who cares? So then we watched them again, like once she was like invested through like Mandalorian. Yeah, and her favorite part about the Jawas is their suka suka thing in the Mando. Another thing I'm
Yeah,
not.
I did like the Jawas in Mandalorian. I
They
thought they
felt
had a
like they
lot
had
more
a lot
character.
of a lot of personality. I felt like they hadn't had a lot of personality before.
No, they were just like plot device more or less.
And then like in the most recent season, there's like that, I don't know if you've seen it, but there's that whole part where it makes the Jawas actually seem like useful. Because they kind of seem like the butt of a
Yeah, I
joke for
did.
a
I've
while.
watched all of Mando.
Okay, yeah, because there's that part where they need to get a part, and he's like, "Where the hell are you gonna get this?" And she's like, "Just tell the Jawas, they'll get it." He's like, "How the hell are the Jawas gonna get it?" And they just like show up with this part, and he's like, "What?"
Yep.
Because like up to that point, they just seemed like junk dealers, but that made them seem a little more like
Well,
with it.
my only thing was that it kind of need brain bleach when that, I forget her name, but when that the woman from Tatooine was like, I dated a Jawa once.
Yeah, that was a little weird.
It's like how 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 does that the, no, I don't want to imagine that.
Yeah, that part was a little strange. One thing I don't love about this gun, it's got like this like weird monopod that it's supposed to like rest on, and there's no real indication of like how that attaches to the bug. Like it literally looks like this guy put a little cane on his gun, and he just kind of like seats it in some part of the bug's carapace and goes for it. I mean, maybe I'm being picky, but it doesn't really make a lot of sense.
Oh yeah, I kind of see what you mean.
It's just like this one little stick, and it has just like this kind of like cup on the top of it where the gun rests in, and then the stick just like pokes into the carapace somewhere. But maybe I'm being finicky. Again, another interesting thing to assemble. Find out where it's supposed to sit. I do like these guys
James
like.
M thinks they would be a good basis for Biovore, actually.
Oh, that's a good call, man.
And Peter Hampson mentioned Shrikes as well.
I feel like everyone says everything's a Shrike.
My current plan for Shrikes is just warriors with Bargeist wings.
Mm-hmm. I guess like it could be like an all. What works strike wise for me is how spindly they are. Like that looks a
Mhm.
little more aerial than just like a normal chunky Tyranid.
True.
And especially with their kind of like curled up body, that if you like really modified the body shape and just put like big insect wings on this little body, I think that could work. You're right. Because
It would definitely have to deviate significantly from the warrior with wings look.
yeah, which wouldn't be so bad. Like maybe Shrikes
No.
shouldn't be warriors with wings. Maybe they should be yeah, something more, something different. Let's see what we got in our berry bin.
Burma says it looks fiddlier than a Malifaux mini. How does it feel? Like, does it feel sturdy?
Um, so I would say the rider is the fiddliest part. And I think he's probably
Okay.
fiddly because I wanted to assemble him in a way that I could just take him off.
Mhm.
Because I'm not sure if I want to commit to having him fully on the mount. The mount goes together very well. Like the bug goes together very, very well. The as Darth Bob mentioned, it's set up in a really nice way where all the components are completely modular. Like you don't have like weird shit molded onto other shit when you don't need to. Like for example, like this is the bottom of the torso, and you don't have a ton of detail here, but it's kind of like a bulgy, like grubbish abdomen. And then like this piece just like settles right onto here, and it's a very very easy fit. It's not hard to get it to seat properly. And again, this piece, no extraneous bits. Like it's just like a super nice piece of carapace. You could cut that out, slap it on a Tyranid, use it as like armor on some dude. Um, so yeah, this goes on that, and then you attach it to this piece, which is kind of like a fit all the other pieces together, but does have like carapace detail along the edges here, at the back. And then this piece goes on the front of this, and then you slot the head in, and the arms slot in very well. Like these, the smaller arms, the pegs go very deep into the receptive whatever holes on the torso, and then the big legs are like slightly fiddly, but not so much so that they're very well molded. Like right here, these pieces slot very well, or these like cavities slot very well into parts of the abdomen. Like when I was putting these on, there was no question about which way these legs were supposed to go on, and they fit in very solidly. So though I haven't had experience building Malifaux minis, I would say that the bug goes together well. With its like 3 points on the base, it doesn't feel too fragile. Like these legs are very thin, but it's not like wiggling significantly. I guess
Mhm.
because there's no support here, if you like put weight there, it kind of like lists that way. Like I guess I could snap
Mhm.
this arm if I really wanted to, but it's cool that it's so spindly. Like that's a great design choice.
Yeah, I agree.
So
There's a
here's
head with a horn, isn't there?
yeah. So that one, I didn't assemble that one. Um. Oh, so it's just a normal head, and you just slap the horn bit on. So I could like bust that
Oh,
horn out now and put it on this guy because I
that
don't
horn
think the
bits looks cool from the pictures.
yeah I don't the horn bit is definitely cool. I don't think that the heads need to have different they don't it's not a certain head that can accept the horn. The horn looks like it can be accepted on either head. And it's also the case that I didn't really like the like weird reins that they attach to the horn. Oh, is there a different? Hold on. Parsing. Oh, there's two horns. Cool. Okay. So this horn is just for like a normal Hemalite, Helamite, whatever the heck, that you just put the horn on it. And then this horn here has like a little tied thing at the top that you're supposed to attach the reins to. Again, the reins look like bed sheets. I'm not crazy about them, but I guess you don't have to use them if you don't want to. But yeah, the horns are really nice. They're simple, but they have like a little bit of like serration on the outward side of them.
Hmm.
Yeah. So for each kit, oh, you could do all of your Helamites horned if you wanted to, because each sprue has two Helamites on it. You can see there's two heads, and each sprue also has two horns.
Oh, nice.
Actually, with that in mind, maybe I should just slap a horn on this guy, make him look a little cooler.
The horns are very Tyranid looking to me. They've got that
Yes.
kind of ridged pattern.
Yeah, I do like them for that. That was one of my instincts to not put it on. I'm like, oh, maybe I'll save this, put it on a Tyranid. But as Weirding's Way says, don't save cool bits. Use them.
Oh, Brett Evans had to leave. He's
Oh,
probably
see you
already
later,
gone.
Brett.
Goodbye,
Sorry I
Brett.
missed you, man. Sorry I missed your departure. Okay, so for scale, where is my normal hive tyrant? I don't know. That's weird. So this is basically a hive tyrant head, even though it looks like a lictor. So the horns could go on a hive tyrant very easily. It'd be smaller than the hive tyrant horn that we're used to.
Hmm.
That could work well. On a here's his zoanthrope. Could definitely go on his zoanthrope as well. Works pretty well scale wise.
Hmm.
What else have I got here in my magic box? It would be a bit big for something like a prime or a warrior. Like this is a prime head. And then you slap the horn on there. It's going to be a statement piece on a prime. It's going to be rather large.
He's
But you
compensating
could
for
do it.
something.
Yeah, you could do it. Sure is neat. It's a very nice horn.
Sure would be a great horn for a crown on a red dragon originally.
Oh, there you go. I thought we already horned that guy up.
Yeah, I know. I was just giving you a
Oh,
hard
let's
time.
see. We got him right here. Where is that head?
The man,
Well,
the myth, legend.
we got Hell here. Oh, sorry, that was done. So, I mean, it's kind of wee for this head. I think this is a harpy head, hive crone, but you could do it. Actually, yeah, I think that would look good making a crown. A couple of those. Where is the actual red dragon head? Let's see.
I just gotta catch up a little bit to your audio because the video's kind of behind your audio.
Oh, okay, sure. Well, I haven't found it yet, so. Yeah, I think we got almost all the horns on the red dragon that he needs, but if we were to add one more horn.
Make him extra horny.
Slaneshi content. Let's put a horn
Wouldn't
right
be
on
a,
the front of his
a creature
nose.
conference stream without it.
Who doesn't need an extra horn right on the end of his nose? So this is a hive crone harpy head, and it's a little small for this. I'd say you could do it. Like it would be good as like a secondary horn on the side,
Yeah.
but you wouldn't. It wouldn't be big enough. I'd say for like a primary one. But yeah, it's a good looking horn.
I kind of like the nose horn. It's funny.
Let's give him one of these. And he's got a beak. It's like Toucan Sam.
No, if he's got a beak, it's gotta go where his dick is. He's gotta have the dick beak. It's the only place Tyranids can have beaks.
The peen beak. Man, you thought Death Leaper was scary before.
Oh
Bing!
god.
Oh yeah, getting visions of the movie Seven. Okay, that's just gross. Chest horn? Why not?
Very, very Giger.
Yep.
Very Giger Death Leaper.
Although, like, it looks, it's the kind of thing that, like, if you had two of them and you wanted to put them on either sides of, like, a Tyranid carapace, like, it would look cool.
Yeah, that would be cool. Peter Hampson says, "Oh boy, Hell is still alive. I was worried she'd been abandoned." Don't worry,
Oh.
Peter. She has.
All right.
I actually do like it on the chest.
Interesting.
It kind of would be cool, almost like chest pincers,
Interesting.
like like a row of them, like three of them going
Like you
down
would have,
the front of the chest.
um, like you would expect it, where you would expect to see flesh hooks.
Yeah.
Oh, that could be
Ooh.
cool.
Does your Death Leaper have flesh hooks?
No. Um,
No, no flesh.
the idea is that the flesh hooks are represented by the like the things up top that he can shoot out.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, I thought it might get cluttered in here for flesh hooks because like he's got his like face and he's got all his tentacles, and then he's got his like little creepy I'm a creepy planning dude arm, and
Mhm.
basically the flesh hooks would be hidden. Like this, his big Santa beard of tentacles would cover them entirely.
Mhm.
So I like more the idea that the things on the end of his talons fire out and grab things. Although I wanted this to stick out more.
That's
I feel
cool.
like it doesn't look that sticky out, but whatever.
Extendo fingers.
Yeah, I feel like I extended them a bit better on the smaller dudes. Like this one is like more firing out, and then I'll
Mhm.
do the like carapace plate here to kind of like end it, and then the thing will fire out from there.
Mhm.
All right, let's make this one horny bug.
Peter Hampson asked, speaking of Slaneshi content, I have a question for when I have the money and space in my backlog for a big project.
Uh
Slaneshi Night Titan or Slaneshi Dragon for Age of Sigmar?
oh. Ooh. I do like the Night
I
Titan,
vote Slaneshi.
especially. What are you
Yeah,
voting for?
that's my vote. It's the Night Titan.
Um, yeah, because especially because Chaos got those new sexy Titans.
Hmm.
That that new one that just came out or is coming out soon. I guess it launches next week. There's some cool stuff in there. There's some tentacles. There's those Macandrite tentacles that would make good Slaneshi content. Well, this is cool. I
For
like him with
sure.
the horn. Um, it's neat because he's got his two little like insect pincer things on the front of his face, and then they've done the horn in such a way that it's got kind of like a hook on the end of it that looks like it could almost be like another pincer. The horn does sit very far forward on the head. It's not like in like a like in the forehead area where you might expect. It's more of like a horn on like a rhino, and then it's like in its nose area. But that's
Kind
pretty
of
cool.
rhinoceros beetle almost.
Yeah, it does. I think it mixes up the lines in a really pleasant way that it makes the bug look more aggressive than it looks without the horn. I guess I should get like a close up look at this. There we go.
It almost represent like a difference like between the male beetles and the
Yeah,
females.
certainly.
Griffin has said he just rewatched Seven.
Oh, you're welcome. I haven't watched that in a while.
Get this fucking thing off me.
There we go. That was terrifying. That was
Yeah,
spooky.
that's easily the worst, I think, other than maybe the ending. But
So looking at this,
of all the ones that would be worse to suffer.
um, I was just admiring the fact that if you look at these like kind of hunched up claws underneath here, and
Hmm.
ignore this like leg that's resting on the ground, and ignore the back legs. But if you look at just those hunched up claws, the torso, the like curled under tail, and then you were to slap some insect wings on this thing, it's a perfect flyer. Especially
Oh
since
yeah,
we
for
saw
sure.
that these kind of arms are doubled. So there's on each sprue you get a left and a right. So you could take the other side. You could plug that in here instead of the one that extends down and holds it up. and it's just like made to be like a creepy flying insect. Oh shit, sorry. With the
Yeah.
way it's like all curled up.
Yeah, I think these models have a lot of potential for a lot of different things.
Yeah, nice. So yeah, I wanted to show it with some nids. So here's Barry the Gene Stealer. So definitely bigger than him.
Good old
Then we
Barry.
got, what else we got? We got Hormigaunt though. Here's a Hormigaunt in terms of scale. So definitely bigger than a Hormag. Um, I don't do I. Oh, there's a Ravener. Raveners are pretty beefy though.
Yeah. How does it compare to a warrior?
You know, I knew you were gonna ask that question. And why don't I have a warrior here? Well, I've got like this guy's a little modified. He's like a gun beast warrior, so he's a little more hunched over. Hold on. Let me get a real warrior. One sec. Because I know I have one here somewhere.
Oh, I don't think I've seen that gun beast actually. He's pretty cool. Have you posted him?
Um, I posted him, but it was a long time ago.
I don't really like him. He's neat. I like the shoulder mounted devourers.
Thanks. I have another one here. Why? Where the hell did I hide this guy? I don't know. Yeah, I posted this guy a long time ago, like last summer, I think.
Mhm.
I need to finish him because someone very kind offered to paint him, and it's someone who would do an excellent job. So there's the dude with the lictor. So smaller than a lictor. Here he is with a tyrant guard. I don't know. I think the like whole call of like making it a biovore or a pyrovore is a really good one because it's a weird body shape.
Mhm.
But yeah, you slap a gun on the back of that. That could be really neat. So this is like it's a modified warrior, but I think this is like roughly warrior size. This one might be a little bit taller than a normal warrior.
Oh wow, I'm actually catching up on the video now. They're a lot smaller than I thought they were.
Yeah.
Like not in a bad way. Just like
No.
yeah, they're smaller than I expected. In the
Well, if you
pictures
look
they
at this,
look like huge.
if you look at this warrior's legs, like those legs are unmodified, and
Mhm.
the tail hip section is unmodified.
Mhm.
So yeah, I feel like this could be a biovore. This could be a pyrovore. Um, but it is a little small for a warrior. I would say if you were going to do that, maybe like mount the body differently. I don't know if these legs are the best bet, but it could be a cool solution for like a combat warrior.
Mhm.
If because I think this guy's a little tall. Damn it! I have a gun beast warrior here that I was working on, and I have no idea where I put him.
I'm definitely feeling I'm just like in the head envisioning the second edition war with that body.
I think it's a good idea. I think you should make it happen.
I I think I'm gonna do that.
This is kind of a normal warrior body. Although he doesn't have any legs. Yeah, I think that curved undertail is going to be look really good on a second edition warrior style thing.
Mhm.
Here it is versus a cute little screamer killer.
Little baby. My little screamer killer.
Yep. And here he is versus a giant ass lictor. Completely dwarfed. He could be his little doggy.
Take him for a walk.
Oh. Why the hell? For a little bit of weird flex, but okay. Here he is versus a Zote. Oh, I feel like I should get out that amble then, but I really don't know where he is because they're both kind of similar buggy folks.
Brothers in Space Bug.
Yes. I seriously don't know where I put some of my model projects, which is a little bit. Oh, they're in this box. Okay, I'm blind. I found them.
Man, I really want that Zote, but I missed out when it was, you know,
It
normal
has to come
prices.
back. There's no way that they're not
Right?
going to bring that Zote back. I do not understand how that could be a thing.
Or the Rogue Trader models. Where are they?
Everything. Everything. Where's everything? The Rogue Traders, they got to come back as a kill team.
Yeah, the Rogue Trader has to, and the Amble too. Where's the Amble?
Well, that's the thing. Like with the Rogue Traders, you can like see how it could be like a kill team release, but I don't know how the Amble is going to be a kill team release.
Yeah, I mean, they could maybe bring it back, bring the Amble back for Necromunda.
Oh, yes, that would be cool. Okay, not a great comparison, but here he is with a warrior. I mean, a tyrant. Again, little doggy. This tyrant is slightly taller than he should be. I've like added a little bit of height to his waist and to his head, but otherwise he's pretty straightforward. And then my normal warrior.
Is
Dude.
that the old Forge World Tyrant Cannon?
Hell yeah. I love this thing. I've loved
Hell
this
yeah,
thing like ever since
so
I
good.
first saw it. I saved it forever. Because my buddy bought a Forge World Tyrant and he didn't want it. And I was like, oh man, one day I'm gonna use this for something. And then Weirding's way, don't save bits. You gotta use them. So I'm making a classic walk-in hive tyrant with a venom cannon and a bone sword
Yep,
and a lash whip, so I used the good one.
of course.
Here's a warrior. This is a pretty stock warrior, even though he looks weird because he's a gun beast. But in terms, he's not predominant, like he's not significantly taller than a normal warrior. So I would say it's like of a size. Certainly wouldn't be like unheard of to like use this as a warrior. It's just a question of what you're going to do with the gun. Actually, this makes me think of something that the storyboard guy's done, where he did conversions for warriors that were kind of like this, and he mounted their guns on their backs in kind of this like weapon mount back here sort of thing. So you could do that if you want to turn these guys
Oh
into
yeah,
warriors.
I do know the conversion you're talking about. Yeah, that would be cool.
Yeah. There we go. So yeah, this guy's a little bit taller, I think, than our normal warrior. Yeah. Yeah, so that's how he compares. Did I say Zoanthrope? I don't know if that's even useful, but there we go. There's his little rider man. I think one of the things that made them seem so big, I think these riders are small.
Are they?
Like I think
They're
they're like
Jawas.
I was gonna say I think they're Jawa sized. I mean, not that I have Space Marines kicking around to like be berries or anything like that, but oh man, they are very small. I wonder if like the actual like walking guys are this small.
I don't know, but I'm kind of I kind of appreciate if we get some like normal 28 mil style
Yeah,
sized, guys, because like Cadians are huge.
yeah. Maybe this is not a good view. Let's see. So here he is with a Gene Stealer cultist. Not significantly smaller, but maybe a little bit. He's also hunched up, so it's hard to say.
Yeah, looking at the normal standing models, they look about average sized.
Yeah. I don't know. Anyway, anybody else have any other questions about the kit or anything like that? I'd say it's a good bug kit. I really like that you don't have to mount the guy on it. You don't have to like file off his legs or his hand or his arm or anything like that. That you can just make it a bug. And if you wanted to make it pure bug, literally all you'd have to do is remove this saddle piece. Or just like, because this part of the carapace is kind of low detailed, you could just get some green stuff and just kind of like fill this in so that it's like a spur on the end of the carapace. You
Mhm.
don't even have to cut it off. Just cover it up. But yeah, it's a neat little kit. I was worried that it would have like weird like reins on it or something like that, and they would all be like built into the model, but all that stuff is separate, which is really nice.
I think there's two I think there's two of the top carapace that have the reins built
Oh, you're
in, and
right.
then two that
Yes. Yeah, this one. So I chose the clean one, and the dirty one has like kit tied to it, but only that piece. Like the other carapace piece is clean. The piece that the has the saddle on it is pretty clean. The torso is clean. One of the legs is like injured and it's been repaired, but that would be easy to just kind of like scrape off and fill in with some green stuff.
Mhm.
They do have like weird things like bound to the legs. I don't know, maybe just make them look cool, but I feel like those could be removed. But otherwise, they're clean little bugs. Man, I really like this little
Little
rifle.
friends.
Yeah. I also really like the weird banner poles that go on the back of the saddles. I think they're really cool.
Mhm.
They strike me as kind of like Dark Eldar. You got one that has
They
like
almost might look cool on
on what?
Kroot, actually.
Kroot. Yeah, they could work on Kroot.
Kroot.
That's a good idea. And I really like their crazy chain um, lances. They're neat. They got all the like piping and all that. That's really cool.
Mm.
Yeah. So yeah, that was all I wanted to do in terms of like unboxing and like building one of them and reviewing it versus Tyranid stuff. I would highly recommend the bugs. The riders are okay, but the bugs are really cool. Especially if you want to convert them to Tyranids or use them for like Exodites or something cool like that. You could like even use them as like Rough Riders or something like that because they come with the lances. But yeah, it's a good little kit. Darth Bob, did you say you wanted to talk about the what wasn't a Tyranid in the Warhammer Fest stuff?
Yeah, well, we did kind of already talk about the Sylvaneth stuff, but yeah, the I was a little disappointed, not surprised entirely, but disappointed with the Centaur ending up being our mysterious, maybe not a Tyranid tail.
So this was something that we talked about on a previous creature conference. I think we talked about this a couple of times. We'll like mess with the camera here for a second and see if I can pull up Games Workshop site. So why don't you talk about it a bit while I'm pulling this up? Like, what were you hoping for versus what we got?
I was kind of I was holding out hope that it was going to be a lictor.
Do you want to describe the bit? I mean, I'm gonna pull it up. But...
Like the tail. I thought the tail was going to be part of a lictor.
Yeah.
But I also thought the same thing of the bit that ended up being a Parasite of Mortrex tentacle. So I thought it
Yeah.
was two tails from the same kit, and it was going to be like different tail options. in like a 3 model lictor kit, but that didn't happen. So
I feel like
c'est la vie.
we talked about this on a previous stream where there was a bit that we were like, oh, that could be a Tyranid bit, and the argument that I kept making was that like if that's a Tyranid bit, it's not a very well sculpted Tyranid bit,
Hmm.
or at least it doesn't seem to like match the Tyranid bits that we already have. Oh, the slow box is being slow again. Kill sprees.
Yeah, the one that ended up being the Parasite definitely had a more very Tyranid look.
Yeah.
The Centaur is a great model, though. Like a really, really cool model. But just, yeah, I am a little disappointed. Didn't end up being Lictor Tail. But one day we'll get plastic lictors.
Hold on, I'm gonna pull this up. The slow box is not loving life right now. Okay. So yeah, we
I can take a
this
look
week
at
we
the
got all
chat
kinds
while
of what was it? Oh yeah, thanks.
we're. Peter Hamster is saying he's getting weird ideas for a Zerg Overlord Overseer styled Zoanthrope. Possibly because he has become addicted to the angry ball body shape for Tyranids.
Yeah.
Oh, Vermus was asking how easy it would be to reverse the bigger legs.
Um like have them going forward instead of back. I don't think it would be that bad. Like they wouldn't fit in the torso nearly as well, but you could I think you could just pin them in. I think it would work. Okay. So we got Warcry. Okay, here we go. So here is the Centaur boy that we're talking about. This was part of the Warcry preview. And if you look at that tail on this guy, the pincer tail, that was previewed previously. And people were like, oh my god, it's a Tyranid, it's a Tyranid, it's definitely gonna be a Tyranid. And I kept saying that like if it was a Tyranid, that's a really weird design that we've never seen on a Tyranid before. How do I do this? Let me see if I can make this bigger. Oh, did that work? Damn it. Oh no, that's not what I want.
Yeah, that's a really cool model. Actually, I
So yeah,
really
like
like that
previously
model.
we had just seen this like pincer tail thing show up in a rumor engine, and people were anytime anyone sees anything with like claws or horns or anything, like, oh my god, it's a Tyranid. But like if you look at the weird armor plating on that thing, there's nothing really Tyranid about it. And the closest thing that I'd ever seen to that on a Tyranid model was the tail for the old pewter Red Terror. But if you look at the level of detail on it, it's not very high detail, so it looked like it was going to be a very small bit. Anyway,
Yeah, I can see what you mean. I
so
think the other thing that was making people think it might have been a Tyranid was because since it was a black and white image of a painted thing, and the fact that the carapace, so to speak, and the flesh, so to speak, was two very distinctly different colors. I think that was also maybe making people think it might be Tyranid.
but one of the arguments that I used with someone when they suggested it was a Tyranid is that the color scheme doesn't make sense because every Tyranid that's ever been previewed is painted in Leviathan, which is light skin, dark armor plate. And when this thing was previewed, it looked like dark skin, light armor plate.
True.
And someone was like, "Oh, maybe it's Behemoth," but I'm like, show me a picture of like an official Tyranid release that's painted Behemoth." And they made the point that on the back of the Venom Thrope box, the Zone Thropes are painted in Behemoth.
Yeah, it's about time we got a new High Fleet scheme. Maybe when we finally get the Tyranid reboot,
That would be
they'll do
cool.
that.
I would like that, but maybe they're happy with what they got and they're just going to be like Leviathan shows models well. Keep using Leviathan. I don't know.
'Cause I think in the lore, Leviathan's like almost been wiped out.
Oh, really? Oh,
Yeah,
that's
like
interesting.
they got their booty smacked in by Blood Angels.
Okay. But yeah, this model's pretty cool. I don't love the forearms because I think they'd get tangled up in each other, but otherwise it's a damn fine model. Cool
Mhm.
helmet, cool mask. But the other one that came up and everyone was like, "Oh my god, it's a Tyranid! It's a Tyranid! It's a Tyranid!" was previewed on Age of Sigmar Day. So first of all, got some Sylvaneth stuff, and I was like, "Okay, cool. Sylvaneth's a pretty cool model." And I saw this lady. I was not impressed with this lady. Like the weird
I can't see what you're
vines
talking about.
sticking
Yeah.
out, the tentacle vine lady.
Oh.
I think she
Oh,
might be
okay.
bigger than I think. Like she might be like a large model or something like that. But I don't know. I wasn't feeling her. I always love those Sylvaneth
I think
claws.
she's like
Like
Revenant sized.
I don't know. I just think that maybe it's the angle of the picture and it doesn't do the vines justice. They just look awkward to me, and the face doesn't look like that high detail. I don't know. But then I scrolled down and I saw these cool dudes with the like dragonfly wings. I'm like, yeah, hook me up some of that. There's some good
Mhm.
times. Although I was wondering if this was going to be a dual kit where there was like a Spite Revenant option as well,
Mhm.
but I guess not. But those wings, they're beautiful. And
Yeah,
I'm
I
a
kind
sucker
of
for
agree
Sylvaneth.
on the tree lady. There's something about that model that I think it's the pose. It just doesn't
It
really
just
do it
looks
for me.
like B team. Like let's chuck this over to B.
Yeah.
I don't know. But yeah, these guys are great. The guys with the bows, love them. And then we got these
Mhm.
guys, which was another the dudes riding the flying dragon insect things. And these are damn cool. Like these are very possibly the next weird bug thing I'm gonna buy after these Helamites for random Tyranid bits. Their wings are really interesting. Like I really like the shape of them, the way they're like back swept. The heads are kind of cool. As Darth Bob said, they'd be even cooler if you just like covered over the eyes. The legs look very Tyranid. It was one of these like curled up legs underneath that was previewed, and people were like, "Oh my god, that's a Tyranid or a Gaunt or something." But then someone also saw that the shape of the leg was exactly the same as the Jabberslythe, that weird like Beastman um,
Mhm.
big monster. And that was like the joke. It's like, oh, you think it's a Tyranid, but it's actually just a Jabberslythe. Anyway, but yeah, these guys are pretty damn cool.
Yeah, they're definitely I think going to be in the same house as these Helamites is being just a great source of bits for bugs.
And like you said, they could be. You could do some cool Vespid stuff with them.
Yeah, Vespids I think would be pretty cool.
And then we got another scheme. I feel like this scheme highlights the models a little better.
I
Um,
agree.
Also looks good. Wait, do the first ones have two sets? Oh, they do have two sets of wings. I just missed the second set. Yeah. So these guys are pretty neat, and they're awesome creatures that I would like to get my claws into. You think you might use them for something,
I don't
Darth
know
Bob?
what I'd use them specifically for.
Yeah.
I definitely see the most potential in the heads and the legs. The
Nice.
torso and the tail is going to be entirely dependent upon, well, the torso is going to be dependent on if they were kind and did not mold the legs of the riders onto the
Yes.
back.
It's hard to
And the
tell what the
tail,
torso looks like right now. The tail,
yeah,
yeah.
the tail, I don't know, it's a little too straight.
Yeah, and kind of
Like,
plain.
yeah, I feel like you could, actually, the only thing I could really Tyranid wise see the tail being really good for is maybe some BFG ships.
Oh, yeah. That could be really cool.
Actually, the whole torso
Mm,
section would be pretty cool
maybe even the
for a
wings.
BFG ship. Yeah, wings.
I do really like the mandibles on these guys. You can see them a lot better on this version than on the previous one.
Yeah,
Or little like
the
face
mandibles are
claws or
very
whatever
cool.
they are. They're pretty neat.
The thing I kind of like about them is they do have that kind of reptile bug look, which obviously
Oh, like a
Tyranids
Tyranid look. Yeah,
have
like a
spades. Yeah,
dinosaur mixed with bug look.
yeah.
Uh, all right, well, now we're in Warhammer Festland. Should we talk about anything else that showed up?
Well, there's the squats.
Well, I feel really bad for this. That like they released that Skaven kill team, and it's like, oh my god, Skaven, they're getting something finally. And Skaven got their own Parasite of Mortrex. Look, you get this one really nice model,
Yeah.
and that's all.
Yep.
Looks like they
Well,
might
they
not
did
be getting
announce the other. They got the box. They got
the kill team or
shadow
whatever.
that shadow spear or whatever the hell.
Shadow Deep or whatever.
Underworld. Yeah,
I gotcha.
Warhammer Underworld.
But it looks like this might be the only new model they're getting in addition to the Warhammer Underworld stuff, which is sad.
Yeah, I was really hoping for some Giselles or some. Just re-release the Isle of Blood
I
ogres,
I honestly
please.
think that the Skaven are gonna show up when the Tyranids show up. I think they're like linked. Can't have one without having the
Yeah,
other.
yeah,
Uh,
that's true.
so
That model like a freaking cool Gene Stealer cultist.
what's that? Skaven could make cool genes to their cultists?
That specific model, I definitely see a lot of potential
Yeah.
as a Gene
Oh,
Stealer.
you're right.
Just the tail off of the head.
And then since last week we talked about Demon Princes, we got this tasty number right here.
Oh, yeah,
40k Demon
that.
Prince.
Oh yeah, that's the good stuff. That's the good
I
stuff right
also
there.
think this is the good stuff. I think this is fantastic. Um,
And I've seen so many people complaining about the head options still, and I don't. I mean, everybody's entitled to their own opinion, but I think pretty much every head option is great. The first one they show with the fantasy one is definitely the weakest, but I think all the head
so
options are super cool.
do you think this is a dual kit? Have they confirmed that? That this is the builds the
It
fantasy one and the
definitely
40k
is.
one? It
I
does?
mean, yeah, if you look at the legs, they're pretty much posed the exact same way.
But there's so much different. Like all
It
this
just
armor would have to be
reverses.
added on.
So I think there's probably some different kneecap options, and I think the front of the torso is different.
Okay, where is that duty? Let's go find that guy. Oh, Warhammer community, the worst.
I can't see them releasing. I mean, I
I
don't know. Did they specify it's a dual kit in like the
I
streamer or
don't think
anything?
they did. Well, I didn't watch the stream. I don't know. I just look at the pictures
It
after.
definitely looks similar enough that I think it's a dual kit.
Hold on. Let's get this other guy up here. Let's get that one. And let's get this one. Let's see what we see. I think they're too different. Oh, what's the chat saying? Maybe they know better than we do.
Chat says Dorfin says he likes the Viney branch wraith for his undead. Oh, Peter Hampson clarified that only a tendril of Leviathan got bonked on ball.
Oh, okay.
There's apparently more out there. He also says that he gets Tim Curry Darkness vibes from the Demon Prince and he loves it.
Nice.
Dorfin
No.
said
I
that they
don't
did get that Skaven did get 3 Underworld bands and Blood Bowl. I don't count Blood Bowl. Blood Bowl doesn't matter.
I'm looking at the skulls on the base and that rock.
Nothing about the Demon
Maybe
Prince other than liking it.
it's so
I
different.
I think it's the same kit. I think that
Oh, you know
depending
what?
on which foot you
I
mount
solved
on
it.
it, the
I
top of
solved
the
it.
rock is different.
I solved it. Look at the kneecap.
Where
The forward bent kneecap.
yeah, it's the same. It's identical.
Holy shnikes.
This is
That
probably like the most options I've seen them put in the kit in a long time.
If
And
that's
apparently
one
that's not
kit,
even all the weapon options.
yeah, look at the hand, the left hand.
Yeah.
Holy shit. If this is one kit, that's insane. Like it's got wings, it's got a backpack, like whoa.
My only problem with this kit, just from looking at it, is, and it's not even a problem with what we have, it's what we don't have. I really wish that instead of the weird wrist-mounted gun, which I know was
I
on
love it.
the
I
40,
love it. I love it so much.
I do, I do, but I wish he had a giant bolter like that old Adrian Smith art.
Did it have a giant
I would
bolter?
love if he had a giant. Yeah, in the old
Wait,
Adrian Smith art, he had like a giant bolter.
wait, was it mounted on his arm?
No,
Or
it
he was
was he
holding it?
just was holding this gigantic gun.
And the
But
tail
I've always
looks
wanted.
similar.
Yeah, I think they're the same kit. You can probably tell better in the video they posted.
Oh,
The
I don't
tail,
ever
because I
look at
don't
the
think they
videos.
posted the
But
rear image uh,
this,
on the.
oh, they didn't post a video of this
site.
one. Okay, the other one. Let's kill that so that no one dies of. Oh, it's got wings in this video. Oh wait, no, they're showing the what? Oh, maybe the video confirms that they're this dual kit. Yeah, yeah, because the video's showing the two kits, both the fantasy
Yeah.
and the 40K. Okay, well, clearly I should watch the videos sometimes.
Yeah, traditionally, Dwarfenage also said Demon Prince models are made for both Age of Sigmar and 40K.
Was that plastic demon prince that we've had forever made for both?
Yep.
Oh, really?
Yeah, it's got the armor plate options in it too. Yeah.
Oh shit. Okay. Well, there you go.
I think this one will be with the same philosophy, but a much better model.
Gotcha. Okay. Well, there you go. Now I feel silly, but whatever. Uh, anything else? We got some trike action for the squats.
Yeah, we got the new squats today as well. There's a Necromunda kill team for them.
I like the hover trike. I think it's pretty cool.
I like it. I saw a really cool image. It's like Photoshop giving it tires, and I
Oh
do
yeah.
prefer the tire look.
Okay.
But I've seen a lot of people hating on it, and I actually
Really?
think it's pretty cool. Yeah,
Because
I've
it
seen a
doesn't
lot
have
of hate.
tires, or
I've
what?
I've yeah, my brother said it looks like a floating electric razor.
You're breaking up a bit. I'm not really sure why. Maybe my internet's bad.
Sorry, my my brother was saying that it looks like a floating electric razor, like a
Oh,
Gillette.
oh, like the three things that like shave your face.
Yeah,
So here are the Necromunda squats. I really don't like these. I think someone
really,
just. I think basically these look like a conversion of the Arknauts, the Sky Dwarves.
really, because I think they look. I think they look pretty cool. I think they look kind of. This was what I was expecting the squats to look like when they announced them,
Oh, actually,
and I
this is.
especially like the goggles, like they got the biker glasses, like the old classic squats do.
I guess what I was. I guess this is what I was expecting when they previewed the squats, and then when they showed that one guy, I was like, "Whoa, this guy looks way better than I thought he was gonna look." Like these guys look to me kind of like dumpy, kind of like very much like the Arcanaut guys. That the weird head helmets are neat. That makes them look less like Space Marines. Like that first Votan guy we got definitely looked a lot like Space Marine. So like I can't fault these guys for being interesting. Like they're certainly interesting models. They're very interesting models, but they just look too much like Caradron Overlords for me. Like especially their
Really,
boots
because
and then their like belt
I don't think
buckles.
they have that steampunk look though.
Something in their armor and in their boots and their guns. The guns are like weirdly kind of carried around for me. like the pistols particularly. That guy with the mallet's pretty cool. He's got like a power fist. I like that, but
They
ah.
kind of remind me a bit of the old really round like power armored guys that the squats had.
Oh yeah, Hearthguard or whatever. Exosuits.
Yeah.
I don't know. What does the chat think of the squats? Give us your opinions.
Dwarfinish does not like the helmet. Peter Hampson had to go.
Oh, see you, Peter.
Um, Vermis was saying OCD, but it drives him nuts how professional melee sculptors still have no idea how cloven hoof works.
Oh, I don't. How do cloven hooves work?
Not like that, apparently.
Okay, I'm pulling this guy up for Dwarfenage. I want to know if Dwarfenage loves this guy because Dwarfenage is into some vampire action.
The Black Library guy, I love that model. I definitely want it.
It's a beautiful pose. It's a very nice model.
Yeah, I love how he's gripping the sheath of his sword.
I can't find a reason to buy it, but I think it's awesome. And like even like the pommel on the sword looks so good, and like the crossguard, like
I think that was in a. I think
two
that was in
swords.
a uh,
Oh, rumor
rumor
engine.
engine actually.
You might be right. Yeah, I love that dude.
I think my one criticism of the model is the way they pose the hair blocking his face from a front on view. I think was kind of a
Uh I
awkward decision.
I still enjoy that. That's not the front on view though. I'd say that when you scroll down and you look at like the three pictures, I'd say like the top right picture there, that is the front on view.
Oh yeah, I can see that too.
It's just that that first view it is blocking his face, but I think that's interesting. I don't know, I like it.
I really love my favorite small feature on that model is how on the scabbard it's got like the folded bat wings at the top of it.
Oh, I didn't see that. Well, that is cool.
It's really cool.
I like his
That's just
cool
a really
bottle of
cool
blood
vampire.
that's peeking through under the scabbard and how they painted it. I think they did a really good job.
Yeah, that's that model's paint job's really impressive. It's a very cool model overall.
Okay, how do we feel about the big beefy
Dwarf-
boys?
Who are the big beefy boys? I
The
can't see
Ogroid,
the oh
Thermodon,
those.
whatever dudes.
Eh, I mean they're not bad models, but they're just like it looks like every other variation of that model they've done.
True. I
There's
do
been
like
three
them.
versions
I
of that
think
guy.
they look better than the old Minotaurs that are really bad.
Oh no,
But
yeah, absolutely.
they are, you're right, they're very similar to like all the other ones. And I would say even that Warcry one is better. Where's that Warcry?
Yeah, I agree.
They link to it. There you go. This big sexy boy. The slow box is slow. Okay, what else can we pull up? Anything else that you were
Adam
really
Weir
struck
joined
by?
chat.
Oh, Adam! Thanks, buddy. Thanks for joining us.
He's destined the vampire. He says his hands are too big and the sword's too big.
Welcome to Adam. Adam, I'll have you know that before you got here, we were reviewing the Hemalite, whatever dudes, and they have a gun that's actually like kind of reasonably sized. It's a little rifle, and it's actually little. Probably still big by your standards, but I like it. Uh, chapter proved. Who cares? Oh yeah, we got a lot of these guys. Wow, the slow box is so slow.
You need to get a fast box.
In case you somehow missed it, here is the awesome Ogroid Thermodon guy from Warcry. This is, I feel like, what all those Ogroids should look like. He's so good.
Yeah, I agree. What else did they announced for Warhammer Fest? Oh, I mean, we got all the chaos stuff.
Yeah, I
And
pulled that
the
up one
the
sec.
possessed and
So
they
this
announced the
stuff was
World
okay, but I
Eaters.
wanted it to be better.
Really? I thought they knocked it out of the park with the possessed stuff.
Well, the chosen are cool, although I honestly just want plastic Galvor back. And I feel like some of
Yeah,
this, like the legs, like on this guy is pretty cool, but like he's got his weird spider arm, which doesn't seem threatening at all. Like this guy's spider arms, and then like this other guy with the tentacles. His tentacles are cool, but then like his weird club fist. Those two arms look like they took the most awkward bits from the Spawn slash Old Possess sprue and just kind of like put them in here for like continuity's sake. But maybe it's the angle, and maybe on a different angle these would look amazing.
I'm also interested to see how many options are in the kit.
Oh, I assumed these were all the options, but if there was more options, that would be cool. Yeah, these are decent. Like that guy's weird flesh cleaver thing on his left hand and his kind of weird claw. That's neat. The first guy they showed with the chain sword and the other claw hand, I think he's probably my favorite one of the bunch. I love his backpack. I love any chaos backpack that gets all like possessed like that with
Yeah,
the similar
I
to
like the
the
one with
the
the
demon
flaming
prince.
backpack.
What's that?
I like the one with the flaming backpack.
Oh yeah, that is cool. The flaming backpack is a really nice touch. Yeah, they're okay. Uh, and then we got the cultists, who again they're okay.
Yeah, so I like the cultists actually a lot for the base for Gene Stealer cultists. Actually, I don't really like them as chaos cultists.
Well,
I feel
I
like they
always
look
look at them
funny.
for as Gene Stealer cultists, and like maybe, but I really like the old cultists. I know everyone hates them, and Adam's here, and he hates the old cultist feet because they're so big. But I didn't mind the old ones. These ones are fine. I think they're respectable. But once
I actually
again,
like
they
the
go
kill
ahead.
team from today as cultists more.
Yeah, I do like them more. And then we've got like possessed cultists, maybe. The one dude that has like a mouth growing in the center of his torso is really fucking cool. That's just
Yeah, I love the possessed guys. They're very cool.
Tentacle Boy's okay, but he looks a little kind of like static. I don't know.
I feel like those guys need a better paint job.
Maybe. I like Tentacle Boy's weird like club foot. It's working for me. And then Bloody Stabby guy, like his stabby bits look like they could be Tyranid useful. Claws, horns.
Mhm.
Oh, Tentacle Boy with the tentacle coming out of his mouth is kind of neat.
I think the thing I like most about those models is that none of the demons that are like possessing them look like recognizably like any particular kind of demon. They're just kind of like
Yes.
obscure
I like that.
mutation.
So kind of like undivided demons.
Yeah.
Nice. And then we got the torments, which just feel random to me. Like again, this might be a problem with the angle they chose to photograph them from, but they just I don't know, they look kind of like awkward conversions. Like the one with the wings, I'm really not feeling. Um and then the one that's like got the big like rat ogre fist, it's okay.
Mhm.
I guess a cool thing here is that you can still see like the people involved
Yeah.
and that they've been like perverted with those like weird spell scrolls or whatever. That's kind of neat.
I like on the flying one how her skin is like stretching over the demon that's
Ah,
burst out of her.
that is cool. That was a good point. And then the weird spider one with the corn head. It's okay. The claws are neat, I guess, but I don't know. They
I
just
kind of
look
like that they
random.
look like demons crawling out of people.
That is a good point. That is well rendered. And maybe if like you painted them in such a way that like it really identified the human flesh as like a flesh tone, and the demon was just some other like I picture like bits of box like painting them all like bloody and stuff, like they're actually like emerging from inside of you.
Yeah,
Like that would
I feel like the overall like colors they chose don't really accentuate the theme of the model very well.
actually on the winged one it does. It does a good job of that because the human
Yeah, the
skin
other
is
ones
light
not so much.
and then the demon skin is dark.
Mhm.
Yeah. I feel like this was another wing where people were possibly like, "Hey, look, it's Tyranid," but and then actually the things I like the most are these dark commune guys. I think they're friggin' cool. Like I like the weird uh icon that looks like it's like kind of alive and like a weird mutant thing. The big dude with the sword, even though his sword's a little bit over the top. Like the other dude with the icon with the fire breathing face in it.
Yeah,
His neat
I
little
like the
tentacle.
Nazgul. The Nazgul are cool.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, I guess. Oh, yeah, they are Nazgul. But I don't know what the hell the deal is with that other thing. Like, what is that? Like, there's a guy behind, and then he's like holding this thing that's floating in front with the head. Is that his head? Is it like
I
wired
can't
into his
tell. That
body?
model is really confusing to me.
Yeah, it's got like the candles. Like, it looks like he's walking, and then there's like this floating what's the word I'm looking for? Like shrine in front of him. And it's like got his head in it, but his head's still wired into his body, and there's all these candles and oh man, weird.
Yeah, that model needs another angle. Yeah, that's almost what it is. It's like he's got his hands out to the
Yeah.
side and then there's like a floating thing in front of him, but is that his head? And his head's ripped off?
Anyway, it's
That'd
just
be kind of
chaos.
interesting.
I think it's just pure chaos, which is neat.
Oh, I think I see it. So I think that's his head, and then there's like tubes connecting to his arms,
Yeah.
and like his head is like on some kind of floaty thing in front of him.
It feels very Doom to me.
It is very Doom. It feels very Doom or very Wolfenstein.
Yep. So I see Adam Weird is talking about the stupid sword. But yeah, like I feel like wait, okay, those swords, isn't that one of the weird things Games Workshop does where it's like a reference to like an old model?
It feels like it
That
is
sword looks
like an
very familiar, and like the way the guy's like holding it and stuff. Those swords are way too big, and like they don't really need to have the bloodletter heads on them, and like. But otherwise, I like those dudes like helmets and their like weird shoulder plates. Anyway, these guys are my favorite of all the chaos stuff they showed.
I agree.
And then, cause you mentioned it, where was it? Oh, here. The going from chaos to chaos.
Chaos all around the world.
So the kill team Morok, which is how the Japanese branch of Games Workshop would spell Moloch. Just like what the hell, Morok? We got some Chaos Cultists, which I honestly believe are just the Blackstone Fortress sculpts, like cleaned up a little bit. Like these two dudes, the dude with the power fist who's awkwardly scaled, like a really old Games Workshop miniature, and the funky Ogren. Those guys are clearly the Blackstone Fortress models. But I feel like
Yeah.
the rest of these guys are those same Blackstone Fortress models, but just like slightly modified. But maybe they just use the same 3D sculpts and repose them. I don't know. Like that knife guy definitely looks new. The face on the like weird cudgel guy looks old. I guess we've not seen that plasma gun or the butcher dude before. And then grenade boy and shield boy is definitely new. The shotgun, they're pretty neat. I like this cultist vibe. But I guess they're supposed to be like not cultists. They're supposed to be like cursed guardsmen or whatever.
Yeah, like Renegade Guard.
Ugh. But yeah, like for example, this guy on the top right here with the gun holding the knife underneath, I'm pretty sure that's like an exact pose from Blackstone, as well as the other dude holding the last pistol and the chainsword. But I think they may have just like swapped the heads and maybe added some bling. I don't know.
Oh, I'm looking at the pictures of the old ones. Yeah,
Okay.
they all look different to me.
Okay. And then we got Phobos, Space Marine, whatever's, and I really can't tell what's different about these guys.
Apparently, they're saying it's like just it looks like it's just like the normal Phobos kit with an extra sprue.
Okay, gotcha.
which they've done before. From what I recall.
Oh yeah, they do that. They'll do like one of the kits is new and the other kit is like kit plus sprue. Oh yeah, because they did that for this Chaos Space Marines when they packaged them in with the Corsairs. Those were like a standard Chaos Space Marine kit, and they just like added a sprue, and like they did with the Pathfinders. So I guess this is the same model, and the Phobos are just the standard. That's cool. Don't give us new Space Marines, just Space Marine plus sprue, as they deserve.
Yeah. And then if it's like the last time they did it, they'll also raise the price of the base kit.
Oh, fun. The one thing though is that like this box, this Moloch misspelled box, I'm interested in the Chaos Cultists for the Gene Stealer purposes. I've always had a sore spot for Phobos Marines, and I fucking love this terrain. This weird landing pad thing. I don't know why I love it, and like that bunker. So like if all this stuff is coming in a box, I'm like, oh god damn it! Does this mean I have to buy this box? Because I'm digging all the
Yeah, the
parts.
terrain is very cool.
Oh
Plus,
man.
it's Kill Team Moloch, so you gotta
Yeah, I gotta support
you gotta
Moloch.
support the fun.
But it's got a big ugly space marine on it. Ugh, gross.
That's true.
Anyway. I still love that they're doing Kill Team. I still love that they're like bringing forward these like an excuse to like make cool new infantry kits and give us like neat things like
Yep,
those Corsairs. I never would have pictured those coming out in a million years. I still love
never.
the Commandos.
Yeah.
I still think the Krieg are cool. Um, yeah, and like glad we got these like Trader Guard.
And while this one does have Space Marines, I'm glad that not every single one is just X faction versus Space
You're
Marines.
right. You're right. We haven't had a Space Marine faction in it. Like, oh wait, we had Chaos Space Marines, but
Yeah, but that was different.
yeah.
They had some cool options in that kit.
Yep. Ah. All right. I think I'm getting to be a bit tired. I think we might wrap this up.
I sincerely agree with that. I've been up since 4:30 in the morning.
Oh God, buddy, why don't you say something?
No, it's fine. I'm up late anyways, but I'm getting
Okay.
tired now.
Is there anything good we can? Okay, we'll finish on this guy because this guy's cool. This guy's the best. This is my favorite part of Warhammer Fest. What was your favorite part of Warhammer Fest?
Definitely the Demon Prince.
Sweet, good choice.
And maybe the announcement of World Eaters.
Oh, I guess there's still one more day of Warhammer Fest, but uh Horus Heresy, so who
Horus
knows?
Heresy tomorrow, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, I didn't know. You're
Which
in the
I'm
World Eaters?
anticipating. Well, I yeah, I did have World Eaters a long time ago.
Yeah.
I sold them all, but I mean, if anything was going to get me back into chaos, it would be World Eaters again. World Eaters are Emperor's Children, and the promise of new Berserkers and possibly Angron is definitely very tempting.
Oh, Ankron. Yeah, I guess that will be coming. Dude, like Emperor's Children, I can't hope they're ever gonna happen. I'd like to see Emperor's Children, but I don't
Yeah,
know.
I think that what will likely happen with Emperor's Children is we will get Noise Marines as a kill team and maybe a Fulgur model. But I don't think
Uh
we'll ever get like a full on Emperor's Children release. I don't
I
think
feel
that'll ever
like
happen.
Noise Marines and Fulgrim would be good for me. Like, what is Emperor's Children
Yeah,
other
I
than
mean,
Noise Marines?
I'd love to see a subjugator.
What's a
It's like one of
subjugator?
the old epic, like it was like a knight. It was like an epic knight thing.
Yeah.
It had big crab claws. I think I've seen some cool conversions of it. I would love to
Okay.
see a subjugator.
Okay.
Um, but otherwise, yeah, Noise Marines and Fulcrum would be good for me too. Maybe a Sonic Dreadnought
Ooh, that'd be nice.
because we don't have the Forge World one anymore. So,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
but yeah, definitely the Demon Prince. I think is the highlight of this whole thing.
Nice. And definitely the 40K one, right?
Yeah, I feel like the Age of Sigmar announcements overall were a little underwhelming. I kind of feel like they should have just saved the Demon Prince announcement for that.
Well, I think they meant to, and I think that it got leaked
Yeah, that makes sense.
because someone had a fuzzy potato can picture of it.
Yeah, I think there's fuzzy potato campaigns of like a white dwarf going around too, because there was also some words of chaos chosen as well that they haven't shown, which was kind of surprising. So that'll probably be like next
Oh.
week or something.
Oh yeah, and someone had a clip of the Trader Guard with the little Warhammer Fest logo on them that got out. But
Oh, that's yeah. They've been leaking a lot of stuff lately.
yeah, yeah.
Kind of
Yeah, I
almost
don't
makes
know.
you think like it's purposeful.
Maybe? I don't know. But I feel like I also agree. I feel like Age of Sigmar hasn't been getting that much lately, but maybe Age of Sigmar got a lot before. I don't know. But I do like
Yeah,
those guys for Sylvaneth. They're neat. I really want them to do some better shit for Seraphon and for Skaven because those are such cool factions. But I don't know.
yeah. I was just expecting something bombshell, like more Skaven or something. But unfortunately, it was just like, here's some new Sylvaneth, a kind of meh tree lady, some kind of meh ogre guys,
Mm-hmm.
and that's about it.
Check out Dwarfinage's comments. I feel like they're up your alley.
World Eaters are the most interesting Horus Heresy Chaos Marine designs for me. The Slaanesh fantasy models are good for Emperor's Children bits for 40. Yeah, I agree with the Slaanesh fantasy stuff kind of filling a little bit of the void. You just
Yeah,
need like the noise roots, really, and I think we can kind of fill in the blanks with fantasy stuff. But yeah, I agree with World Eaters being some of the coolest aesthetically.
yeah.
Like unlike the Corn Demons, or unlike Corn design in general, which tends to just kind of look like red Chaos Undivided, I think the World Eaters have like a very distinct look. So I wonder if they'll redo Karn, because Karn's model's not that old, but
Didn't they
it's
redo it
definitely
recently?
like, yeah, but like recently in like 2015,
Oh,
like
okay, gotcha.
2015, 2016. So like it's not like when you compare it with like the current um Chaos Space Marine models, I think he's starting to look a little squatty.
Uh huh.
So I don't know, they might, since he is one of the most, other than Angron, really, he is like the most well-known World Eater character. I could definitely see them redoing him again.
Yeah.
I mean, it wouldn't be
Um.
the first time they redid another model they did like relatively recently when they did Lilith Hesperax again.
Oh
So,
right.
but I guess
Uh.
she was res. So I don't know.
So William Ford is saying, with the whole leaky stuff from Games Workshop, it's great guerrilla secrecy, great guerrilla marketing tactics to pretend secrecy and then purposely leak things. I honestly don't think the Games Workshop is that organized. Like I think that this is like great conspiracy theorying, but like I honestly don't think they're that organized. I think it's more realistic that they've got so many people working on this stuff and they've got this whole distribution chain, and like I've given some thought to the distribution chain, and like for them to have all this stuff ready to like ship out, they're probably sending it to Australia and like North America like on boats way in advance of their releases. So the fact that someone in like a warehouse in like Australia or in North America, they might just like open something up and be like, "Oh, this is kind of cool," and just like snap a picture on their phone or something. Um, I don't know. I believe that over like, ooh, Games Workshop is like so like tricksy. They like want to bake some hype, so they're gonna like release this thing early so that they have to like put it up on the website before they thought they were going to. I don't know. But maybe they're brilliant.
Yeah.
Maybe they're playing this all. I don't know.
When did the
Anyway,
Forge World card come out? I don't remember.
I didn't even know there was
Pretty
one.
long time ago though. He was one of the earlier character series models.
Oh.
But
Okay, I'm gonna call it.
all right.
I just wanted
Yep.
to like play with some Necromunda buggy models. So thanks for jumping on, Darth Bob. I really appreciate it, and thanks everyone else for showing up. Wasn't planning to do this stream today, but got inspired when I got the new kit, and I'm glad folks could join and have a look. So hopefully you enjoyed it. Hopefully it was helpful getting a look at it and like how it compares to some Tyranid models. And we will see you next Friday. We're going to be going back to the normal creature conference time. We're going to have High Fleet Moloch. We're going to try and get Hydra in. We're going to celebrate Moloch's birthday. Um, and yeah, if anyone has any special messages for High Fleet Moloch, this is a reminder that you could send them to me, and we could work you into a thing. But yeah, let me know. Send me a message on a PM on Instagram, and we'll figure it out from there. But honestly, thank you to everyone who joined up, especially the people in the UK. Like this is crazy late for the UK. Like I guess you guys are just like staying up all night. But yeah, I really appreciate it, and it's good seeing everyone. And Adam, we don't see you a lot. Thanks for joining up. William Ford, I don't think that we've seen you before. Thanks for joining. And we will see you all next week. Yeah, so we'll do the Euro stream next week at the early time, which is hard for North America. And then Darth Bob and I are going to try and do a North American stream on Friday, March 20th. Is that what I said? So March,
Yes.
May 20th. Friday, May 20th. So if you can't do
A
the
year
earlier
from now.
if you can't do the earlier stream, we're going to try and do a later stream on that day if it works, and we'll see you at one of those.
Yep.
All
I'll be
right.
there.
Great. Look forward to it. All right.
All
Thanks,
right.
everybody.